I think we're live. It's always a beauty that YouTube has one of the worst live streaming platforms ever. Okay. Good comment. It was. Too much yapping. Aaron didn't have enough time for it. Alright. I think we're good. You guys hear me? I always hate setting this thing up. It's fucking such a terrible back end. YouTube really needs to just make it more seamless. Okay, how's everyone doing? Hope your week's been going well. Mine has been okay. I just finished Sunny Boy for a new video. It was really good and very full of existential dread. Just started Code Geass. Congratulations. Good 52 episodes. Ah, good to hear you're doing good. Hopefully you don't actually have crippling depression. Code Geass is S tier yapping. A lot of anime are really good at the yapping part. Some would say they're too good at the yapping part. So yeah, it took me how many? I think it took me less than 12 hours to finish Sunny Boy. Let me tell you, if you haven't seen it, go and watch it. You bested it. That's good. It's good to hear. Yeah. I don't know if you guys have seen Sunny Boy, but I gave it a 10 out of 10. It's not like a perfect show or anything. It's just, I think it thematically wise, it hits its mark pretty well. So yeah, honestly, I don't know what we're gonna yap about today. Maybe we can look at what's supposedly coming out next season. ReZero finally started again, so that's nice. I've been waiting for it for, God, I think it's been like 3 months now that it's been on hiatus because they were splitting up the third season. There's not much good anime this season. Solo Leveling's like the only one that I can sit there and recommend to other people. A lot of it's just like mediocre is how I would task them. Zenshu's really like, I don't know, nice looking, but the story's kind of boring at times. Especially because they made it in like the sense of it's like a monster of the week almost. There's always something like she's gonna use her drawing power on. If you don't know which one I'm talking about, it's this show. And it gets kind of tiring. Like you don't need that. It feels forced. I recently discovered your channel roughly 2 months ago and binged all your videos. Thanks to your videos, I ended up rewatching older anime. That's good. Yeah, I do a lot of older anime. It seems to do better. And it's probably because it's not as oversaturated. But yeah, I don't mind it. I think older animes usually got more to say. I'm not watching One Piece. I'm sorry. I can't. I've read most of One Piece. And most is a lie, actually. I've maybe read half of it. And that was back in middle school, high school. So I read half of it then, and he's been going since then. So add in like another 4 to 8 years. Just recently finished JJK. JJK is really good. That's a good shonen. I got allergies. They're coming back. It was like 60 degrees here on Monday, and then everything started, you know, coming back out, all the pollen. Yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen, I'd say it's one of the better shonen ever made. Battle shonen, at least. I don't know, shonen's kind of, what's the word, mid? They have good fights, and that's about it, but their stories aren't usually that, like, deep. Like, Jujutsu Kaisen has the same concept as nearly every shonen I've ever fucking watched, which is there's a team of big bads and it leads to solo fights or group fights between specific people until the end of time. But it does have a good story still. I think it stands out still. Fairy Tail's one of those where it's like you'll only like it if you look at it through a lens of nostalgia. Like if it was one of your first shonens, because its story's shit. It's got interesting characters, but sometimes they just don't even do anything with the interesting characters. And yeah, most of them are just like fights. And if your thing's focused on fights and it's not that great in animation, especially like nowadays, it's not very good at all. So kind of loses out any praise from me. Didn't know I streamed. Yeah, I started in January. This is a new thing. I don't know what I'll do with it. Right now we just yap every day. Or every Wednesday is the way to put it. You've been watching for anime. You've been watching anime for 5 years. Yeah. I don't even know how long I've been watching it now. It just feels like I've always watched anime at this point. I think I'm decent at Mario. I don't think I'm like a god. Like I can stand against the best Mario players ever. I haven't watched Land of Lustrous, and I've been told to. I should make a video on it, is what I've been told. And I think that's pretty accurate. Yeah. On your 5th manga, I'm trying to get this. Okay, you're on the volume. Okay. Yeah. I didn't want to watch it per se because of the CGI, but I heard it wasn't that bad. So I might just watch it anyway. I like reading, but I read it in Japanese, and it's hard to get Japanese like language mangas in the US, especially where I'm at right now. So yeah, it's also expensive. Like what a book that would sell for 500 yen would be like $10 here, which is fucking insane. The movie for JJK was really good. Loved the hell out of it. Yeah, they did well with that. That was a good, smart decision to do a movie on Zero. Yu Yu Hakusho's your favorite, although it wasn't supposed to be one. Really? Because all I remember of Yu Yu Hakusho is the tourney arc where they're in the what is it, the fucking dome, the Coliseum or whatever. That is what sticks out to me when I think of Yu Yu Hakusho. I heard Tokyo Revengers like sucked. I guess I won't pull punches. I heard it sucked. The first half was good and then the second half was bad. Don't quote me on that because I haven't watched it. I can't speak of it. I didn't watch it because I was told it was bad and they kind of flopped. So, what's the best Sonic game? Oh, I don't know. I used to play I had this PS2 game that had all of the old ones on it. That's all I remember playing. I haven't played any of the new ones. The old ones are fun. And I played Sonic Mania, but I played Sonic Unleashed as a kid, and I remember that game didn't make any sense to me. Maybe it was because I was a stupid like first grader, but I didn't quite understand what I was supposed to do after probably the first few missions. So yeah, I mean I don't know, they're kind of shit, aren't they? Some of the new ones are better. They're finally kind of getting a groove, but do I like Pluto, the dwarf planet? You know, if you're talking about Pluto, the dwarf planet, I do like Pluto. and I will call it a planet. I don't care what they've decided to not call it. You should do a video about Red Dead. It would be life changing. I'll leave that to the video gamers, the like Pyro and shit. I'm not advert to doing like gaming related videos. What do I even like? Red Dead's whole point is that well, at least the second one. I haven't played the first one in years. The whole point's like the American dream's fucking dead, and a lot of people's way of lives get shut out because of changing times. It's about the changing of times. That's fun to talk about. You can do that with pretty much anything. I think the fun part is trying to find, like, if you want to talk about a certain concept and then trying to find a piece of media to back that up. I'm going to try to do that in a bit. It's one of the kind of series I'm experimenting with. But basically like an idea and then attaching shows to it to kind of drive interaction, I guess is the word for it. That's the state of, like, you know, talking about stuff anymore. It's hard to get people like interested unless you attach it to a piece of media they've seen. They're like, oh, now I'm interested. Well, the Evangelion video works so well. The new Mononoke movie. There's a second. Hold on. No, I haven't seen this. Is this the one you're talking about? Yeah, I haven't seen this. Good? I know the series was pretty revered. Would I make a video about Higurashi? Yeah, I keep being told to. I don't know if there's like, the problem I have with doing it is I don't know what there really is in it. Because to me, it strikes me as I want to be bloody and, you know, have anime girls kill each other and call it horror. So I'll have to look into if there's like a deeper element to talk about. Because sometimes there's things that are just confusing because they're bad, and there's some things that are confusing intentionally. So, yeah. Like something that like X-Arm. X-Arm's terrible. But I wouldn't put Higurashi. I think Higurashi's like a 7 show. A 7 out of 10. So I guess I'm being too hard on it. Very popular recommendation just doesn't keep me. Okay. If it's good, then why do I get bored? Like Land of Lustrous, One Piece, Elfen Lied. Those are interesting choices to say that popular recommendations. I don't know who is recommending you Elfen Lied at this point. That has been out for 10 years, I think. And it's more of a emo show. Or not emo. Edgy. That's the word. Like, oh. It's an edgy existential show. I think Sonny Boy does existentialism better. Are there anime that drew you in purely on good, cool, interesting character design? Yeah, I think so. I watched Bochi because I like the character design. To me, art style matters. Sometimes it's hard for me to get in shows if the art style is shit. Like, I mean, I really couldn't give you an example because if the art style sucks, I just won't watch the show. X-Arm's a good example, but like nobody liked that. I'm more of a fan of, it's like semi-realistic. Like if you look at here, like this is good art style to me. And I like this art style. It's a little more cartoony, but it's still like got some, I don't know. The art styles I don't like a lot are the big eye trope stuff. I don't mind it. Let me find an example. It used to be really big. Like, I really got to go down if I want to find this. Clannad kind of has it. I got over it though. The story was good enough. Man, maybe like Angel Beats is probably a good example. It's nostalgic for me. I just don't per se like it that much. That'd be how I'd put it. That'd be how I put it. Red Dead 1 takes place after the second. Yeah, I know. I played it in, it might have been middle school. Yeah, getting revenge. Yeah, but he gets betrayed by the, I'll spoil it, it's been out for so long. He gets betrayed by the lawmakers that made a deal with him. It's a big thing, like, cowboys basically got ran out of the West. The law ran them out of their jobs, what they used to do. They became, well, they were, what was the word? Outlaws as well. If I made an anime, what would it be about? That's a great question. I don't know. I want it to be more creative. Like I wouldn't want to do I want to do a school anime or something like that. Or I want to do an isekai. I don't want to do something that's already been done and it's kind of like a trope. The benefit of doing stuff like that is it's easy money because you know there's an audience for it. I think it'd be more interesting to do something very out there. I'd probably do something that relates to like what it's like to live and what that means. More grounded story, a grounded story maybe. I don't know, but you want something interesting. Yes, you have to brainstorm. But then again, I'm not in Japan, so I can't really make an anime, and I'm not Japanese, so I can't really make an anime. Maybe if I spoke perfect Japanese, they would let me make an anime. I could go up to Mappa, give them my storyboard. Neo Ranga. I don't know if it's really that deep, but I think it's pretty interesting. Never heard of that one. That time I got reincarnated in the fan service. Holy, that is definitely fan service. What a poster. I can't even show that one. They would demonetize me. Alright, well, it's by Pirate, Studio Pirate. Even though they made anime like that. What is an anime you personally wish you could forget about and rewatch again for the first time? Let's see. The first time, I would. Let's see. I think Clannad. Because holy shit, was that I cried. I don't cry too much when watching media. The stuff that gets me is stuff with a father and daughter and parental figures acknowledging their kids. I don't know why. It probably means I have something fucked up with me. But I don't know why that stuff always gets me. Clannad's saving grace is its story, and people in the 90s are pretty tolerant with the art style. Yeah, it was evolution of anime eyes. Or anime art style, maybe. It was a thing. It was called like the Moe movement. Well, this is interesting. Yeah, it's cell art. I love cell art, by the way. That's why I like 90s anime so much. This is kind of accurate. Yeah, so the 2000s, early 2000s was the big eye. That's when Clannad came out. We're here, I guess? I think there should be something else. Oh no, we're here. I don't know if that's entirely accurate. This is a good way to put it. Yeah, even the thing that's weird with Attack on Titan is that Season 4 has a completely different art style than WIT Studios' art style. Season 4 is more like what I like. It feels a little more real, a little gritty. I think I enjoy that more. I guess this is pretty accurate. I think it's like this. It kind of progresses and regresses. So even if you don't like how something looks right now, and it's not like I like hate it. It's fine. Some shows did carry me on nostalgia. Yeah, nostalgia is a big thing. I did a video probably like 2 years now ago, and it was like everything wrong with Fairy Tail and what it did right. And it wasn't like shitting on Fairy Tail like the whole way. My whole point was it's a pretty decent shonen, like the whole friendship battle shonen vibe to it. That was so common. It was more of a comment on why that stuff is just washed and it's not good. It can be fun to watch, and most of it's carried by nostalgia. And like, you like the show because you watched it as a kid. You watched it early on before you watched, like, say Naruto. Naruto is an obviously better version of Fairy Tail. And I guess some people can't swallow that pill, or the fact that like something you might have liked is shit. I have a lot of shows that I watched that are nostalgic for me that I'm like, these are terrible, and I know that. And if somebody shit on them, it's like, whatever. Yeah, I mean, Fairy Tail's a cool concept. I guess that's what carried it for me when I watched it. Sock Sensei, an anime where you were a sock, but you were an anime where you were a sock, but you were alive and become a teacher. I'm gonna be real with you. You could probably pitch that to a studio and they would pick it up, or at least consider it as an option for an anime. That is the reincarnated 101. Just throw darts at a board and find out some stupid concept. It's like, I bet you guys have seen, I've talked about it before, the vending, I got reincarnated as a vending machine. Like, what the fuck is that? It's hilarious. It's just dumb. It's not like, I don't know, original or interesting, but you know, you click on it because you're like, no fucking way they're a vending machine, but they are. Was Clannad really that good? Yeah. I think I can pull it out. I have very little anime like on Blu-ray here. It's also expensive in America to get like Blu-ray discs of anime because they do not manufacture a lot, and there's a lot more demand here than supply. But yeah, I have 2 seasons, all 2 seasons. The first season is necessary. It's not as good as the second. It is necessary to set you up to watch season 2 because it develops everyone to where you really care about them. And so what happens in season 2 carries so much weight. I have on my playlist on YouTube the one scene where there's like a reconcile between a daughter and a father. It makes me cry every time I watch it. I can't tell you why. I can't tell you why. It just does. It just hits me some type of way. That's all there is to it. Yeah, I say Clannad's pretty good. You have to like slice of life anime though. If you don't like watching a whole story develop, there's no reason for you to watch it. Like if you get bored easily, stuff like that. You got to be able to just kind of sit and watch people develop as characters. Madoka Magica, yeah. I might eventually do a video on it. You're right though. Kaz brings up a good point. It is very overanalyzed. There's just so many videos that people analyze. I don't know why. I can't tell you why people go to Madoka Magica when they want to analyze anime. Like, that's the first stop. A lot of people do that one. And I'm not sure why. There's so many better anime out there that touch on the same topics of Madoka Magica. Sure, it'd be fun to talk about, which is why I'll probably do it. especially because people want to see it. But yeah, it is done a lot. It's like, sure, I should do a video on Berserk. People want me to do a video on Berserk, but a lot of people do. Not as many as Madoka Magica, because Berserk doesn't have good anime adaptation. So it relies on people who have seen or read the manga. But yeah, a lot of people talk about Berserk. A lot of people talk about, I don't know, what's another one? There's another one like Berserk that a lot of people talk about. It's on the tip of my tongue. Yeah, I can't remember it. We'll just forget I said anything. Spice Wolf? I haven't seen that. I've heard about it. Never seen it though. Fairy Tail's main issue is every problem is just the power of friendship. Yeah, that's exactly what I talked about in that video. It just gets old once you've seen it so many times. Like, oh, what's he gonna do? He's gonna be very weak and somehow basically evolve as a human being to defeat his opponent because of friends. There's no other logic to it. Like, he is completely down and out. There is no way this motherfucker's defeating this guy. Does it anyway. It's funny. It's funny, in my opinion. It made me laugh every time it happened. Especially near the end when he fights the dude that's cursed with not like immortality and everything around him dies. And he somehow beats that guy. Even though he's created to beat that guy. That's a whole storyline. Too complicated. We're not going to talk about that much. And then there's the Acnologia, which is the dragon that like will destroy the world, and he somehow defeats him alongside the other dragon slayers. Even though they are completely outnumbered, or not outnumbered, outmatched. They still find a way to beat him. Great story. It's, what is it? I think Dragon Ball has this problem. They don't have a good power scale. Like, somebody will be stronger than the other person, they'll somehow win, but they'll lose to this person, but they'll win against this person, but they'll struggle against this guy. Sometimes it's important to develop those things to make it like make sense. Yeah, Fairy Tail is cheap, emotionally cheap. Yeah, no, nothing's developed. I'd say the only thing that's I would consider developed emotionally is I forget their names. I have to look it up now. I'll just show you a picture of them. Fairy Tail Death Guy. This guy's storyline right here with, I don't even know. I forgot their names. Yeah, this girl. Oh, you can't even see it. This girl. I think that storyline was developed. I think they did okay with that one. Oh, Vagabond. Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking of. That one's not overanalyzed though. But it goes hand in hand with Berserk. When people think of Berserk, they think of Vagabond. But that's what I mean. Like, less people talk about Vagabond, most people talk about Berserk. I think Berserk obviously touches on different themes than Vagabond. They kind of overlap in certain places, but they do definitely touch on different themes. Berserk is pretty fucking bleak, by the way. The whole, like, analogy or, like, philosophy on life in that one, not, like, hopeful. Find it interesting how a prominent anime figure like Hayao Miyazaki often gets used to push the anime was a mistake narrative. Even say half of the things. Yeah, what Miyazaki has talked about, he has said, like, he dislikes certain things about anime as a whole. I think it's important, like, people often take things out of context that he said to kind of spin narratives. Like, he's like, he hates anime as it is now. He's just talked about how he thinks, from, this is Miyazaki's perspective, he thinks that animators and story writers should go out and experience the world to write their stories. And this is a big problem in Japan, where a lot of these animators or story writers oftentimes are more closed in, reclused, needy. So they don't, when they make characters, they don't come off as genuine or real. What they convey is just kind of, it feels cheap, like we talked about with Fairy Tail. So his point is that he has a very not unique style of creating stories, but he always goes and explores, goes out into the world and watches people, watches places to try to get a more better understanding of how to bring these things to life into characters. It's like he's more talking about mainstream anime sometimes lacks that feeling of humanness. You can see it in, I can see it in the anime I watch now. For example, this anime is fun to watch, yeah, but the characters are pretty fucking flat. Same, these ones are a little better, but they're pretty flat. But then you go over and watch, and same with Sakamoto Days. It's kind of fun. It's not as serious. It's a shonen. It's not their goal to be interesting. But like you watch this, and the characters are super fleshed out, super, you know, deep. Yeah, he's more basically upset that there's a lot of money funneling into these, you know, iffy projects. They're not bad projects. They're not good projects. He wants to see more interest. It's like going, you watch Hollywood movies nowadays. Some of them are just ass. They're not good at all, but they get so much fucking money that it doesn't matter. He's basically talking about more on like media as a whole, creative media. It's not about how interesting something is anymore. It's about how much money you can build, how much money you can make with as simple of stories in as little as time. That kind of thing. Alright, since I watched anime remakes better than the original, I've been thinking of anime I'd like to see in a fresh skin. But keep the core story. Log Horizon comes to mind. I don't know what that is. I haven't seen that. Yeah, it's like a thing now. I kind of called it in that video that it would probably happen more often. Okay. This might not be old enough, to be honest with you. They're going after the... Yeah, 2010. They're going after stuff like 80s anime. This stuff. Let's see. Like they did Urusei Yatsura. They might, like they still make Gundam. Some of these series just have continued and they just keep putting new storylines into the universe. It's kind of like how Dragon Ball Z had Dragon Ball Z Kai. It's just the same thing. They changed some story elements, but it's the same story ish. So stuff like that, yeah. They're going after older anime. There's a couple I've seen that they did one recently, I think last year. I haven't watched it, but I think it was pretty good. It was pretty similar to the original material. What's my intent? Dragon Ball. My opinion on Dragon Ball. I'm not up to snuff with the Dragon Ball lore. What I remember as a kid, it's cool to watch, but the story is confusing for absolutely no reason. Like people coming back to life, even though they're dead, but they're like ghost spirits fighting still. Shit like that. And then like I got confused because I've seen episodes of Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Z Kai, and they're not the same, and things are a little different on both of those series. So, you know, fuck you, Nicktoons, for playing both of those. I can't really keep it straight anymore because I haven't watched it out in a long ass time, and I haven't watched it in order at all. So, I think it's good. I think it's a good story. Like, it's fun. But yeah. Like, Naruto is very driven by his story, I guess. Take out all the filler. I feel like Dragon Ball was less driven by story, and it was more about these cool fucking fights with these aliens that can go Super Saiyan. It was more about the spectacle a little bit. I have no clue what they're doing now. I know there's like GX, Dragon Ball GX, Dragon Ball Super GX, something like that. That's what they're on. I have no clue what's going on there. I've only watched Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball, and Dragon Ball Z Kai. Watched assortment of episodes from each of them. I did a quick rewatch of Nihonmanga to refresh my memory, and you will be surprised how tame the anime is. They only use that image for promotion. Yeah, that's a big thing in Japan. They obviously, like every society has different, what's the word? A different opinion of what's acceptable to use, like in common day things. They're a big society that's not as taken aback by nudity. Western cultures tend to be more taken aback by nudity. They usually are more, I don't know, weird about it is just the best way to put it. Like, I haven't been. I don't know why, I just never have been. Like, I changed in the locker room when I was in high school, naked. And people would think that's weird. Even though, like, because I'm having a conversation with somebody while I'm doing it. They'd get weirded out by that. I'm like, what the fuck's your problem? Like, we're both boys here. I've showered with dudes, because you do that in the locker room. And so, you know, the idea of, in Japan, going to a bath, a public bath, and being naked does not bother me. But it does, people are like, what? That's so fucking weird. I find it weird that you're weirded out by that. Why are you weirded out by that? What's your problem, dude? So, yeah, they have different opinions on what's acceptable. To put like in ads and shit. So yeah, you can be more provocative. That's part of it. And yeah, it's horny bait. They're big on the horny bait. Whatever gets numbers, man. That's you see it with anime YouTubers. I don't do it. I've done it a few times actually. I did it with the DxD videos that I made a long time ago on incorrect summaries. But yeah, people are baited. I think I have a short that's from the DxD video that I'll show you. It was like one of the incorrect summary clips. It was me joking about how the fact that 5 minutes into the show, Rhea Scrimmer's naked in the shower. And I was so taken aback by it. It was me telling them that. And I don't really do shorts. I don't do them anymore. But this short, to this day, has some of the most views I've gotten on shorts. And the weird part is, like, what people searched up to find it. That's what I find weird. High School DxD sex is the number one search to find this short. Sex, again, with not a space. Sex scene. DxD. It just, hot scene. Like, who is searching these things on YouTube? And why? Go to a different site for this. High school, yeah, even got Japanese people in this chat. Yeah, nude, sus, hot. Like, people have searched this up. It's like something I would have done in 5th grade. It's crazy to me. It's funny as shit. I love looking at that. Oh, okay. Turtle, you got some information for me. I haven't watched Edge Runners, by the way. I know it's good. I have this problem. I put stuff back that I know is going to be good. And I wait for the proper moment. Zekai is supposed to be more accurate. Okay. They're on Dragon Ball Daima. I don't know what that is. I was, okay, way off. Supposed to be after DBZ, but before Super. And they're getting complicated. So it's not GX, it's GT. And I don't know if it's considered canon. Okay. See, that's what's confusing to me. I have no idea how to sort out the shows. And they're all over the place. And there's not, like, you can't go by the year. You got to go by the community's helping out and giving us an order. It's after Super, I guess. GT is after Super. Okay. In Korea and Japan, public bathhouses are more or less normal, but Westerners in the US and Canada are generally more weirded out by it. Yes. It's a culture thing. People get weird, like you watch certain anime, they make weird jokes. Like they're weird to me. I'm a very like open-minded person, and so I don't know. I don't get weirded out very often. I usually think like, okay, this is like a culture barrier or something. Like there's something different here. I remember watching Monogatari and like the toothbrush scene. I'm like, this is way too fucking far for me. Like, this is weird. I know it's a joke. I know they're doing it as a joke. But it was just weird to me. But that's completely funny and acceptable in Japan. You wouldn't see that in a American show. That would not happen. But we do stuff like that they think it's weird. So I think I always find that stuff interesting. But yeah, some people get like offended by it. It's like, dude, they're not trying to be that way. They're not trying to offend you. You can't like write off somebody because they think differently than you. Can't blame you. USA is a very Christian country, even when a lot of people claim they're atheists now, but they still use Christian morality as a base. Yeah, I think that's interesting. Christianity's still big. There's a lot of people that say they're Christian, but they've never gone to church or anything. I think it's ironic. It's not bad, but I think it's ironic when certain people claim they're like a religion or something, but they don't do the practices, if that makes sense. Because I don't think you can claim you're of that religion then if you're not going to do what they tell you to do. The whole idea of being a part of a religion is to follow all the laws. That's why I don't like them. But it's just weird to... Most of the time it's for comfort's sake. Like, if you grew up, you know, either Jewish or Christian or Muslim, and you don't necessarily agree with everything, so you start being cherry picking, and you're like, I'll agree with these things, but the rest of this, I'm just not going to do. To me, you're just like, you're just holding on to that at that point. Because you're not like Christian if you're not doing what you're told to do by the Christian church. So, I mean, everyone can do what they want. But I always find that interesting. Hello, Zombie Fine. How's it going? By the way, your Neon Genesis video is still the most comprehensive explanation of the series on YouTube, excluding the rebuilds. I got one of the rebuilds. I don't know if it's the best one out there. I think I did pretty well, though. Yeah, I'm still surprised that's like the best performing video I have. I don't know if I'll ever top it. It is just in its own league at this point. I don't even know if there's anything close. Because the second most viewed is the rebuild one. And it's a good mill behind or something. Let's see. Sort by views. Yeah. Not even close. Goes almost 3 mil to 1.3 mil. So literally double. And then it goes to 500,000. That is a big drop off. Just means I gotta be better. I gotta make better content. Oh yeah. I forgot to tell you guys. I made a Miyazaki like mini documentary. That'll be coming out in March. You should be getting 3 videos a month now. As long as I keep up with my work. So, I'm working on April right now. I'm 2 months ahead. So next month, or this month, you'll have 3 videos. One of them is a little short. Because I didn't have a lot to talk about on the topic, but I wanted to cover it. It's about the appeal of anime girls and guys in some cases. If you're a woman or if you're gay. I mostly focused on the girl part because that's the only one I can speak of. It's found and subbed due to the NGE video. Yeah. And most people find me that way. What's interesting is there's an analytics page where you can look at like new viewers to a video, like if this is their first time seeing you. That is where most people come in at to my channel. Most people come in from the Evangelion video. Some people find me from the other videos, but that is the most common way people find me. At the time of the Eva videos, I think the end of Eva was showing in theaters again. Yeah, I have no clue. I just made that video because I watched it and I was like, I have to do a video on this, but it worked out. Yeah, I could. Yeah, Miyazaki video. It's about his philosophy on life. Like I didn't want to do a doc. Everyone does these kind of documentaries, like the life of Miyazaki. This is what he did. This is where he came from. This is what he's doing. That's kind of boring. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that Miyazaki made Studio Ghibli. I wanted to focus on more of his perspective on life and his, you know, what he wants to leave on the world. What mark does he want to leave? What kind of person did he want to be? He's 85 now. I don't know how long he's gonna be here, but yeah, he's done a lot. So I kind of covered his mindset, his philosophies, and why. So the first part of the video starts when he's a kid, like when he's born, because it's really important to why he is the way he is. Because he was born in 1941, and that's right during the Pacific War. So yeah, war shaped a lot of who he is, a lot of the shit he saw. Because he got moved around a lot, because I don't know if you guys knew, because America doesn't talk about it a lot. We bombed the fuck out of Japan with like firebomb. Of course, there's the nukes. Everyone knows about the nukes, but like fire bombings. Like all 3/4 of Tokyo was wiped out from fire bombings. That's what Grave of the Fireflies is about. And yeah, he relocated like twice. He used to live in he was born in Tokyo, then he got moved up north because of the fire bombings, and then they firebombed that area he was at, so he got moved more into the mountains north. So they moved a lot, and it was because of fire bombings, which is, yeah, he got imprinted. And then he also had struggles when he was growing up. So yeah, I basically talked about that, and then I used the background of some of his movies to set like his philosophies or ideas of life, like in his mind, which it's usually very seesaw based, where he's like, this is the idea and this is the idea, we need to find a way to get to the middle, because these are two conflicting ideals and they're both good, but to be on one end is bad. So yeah, it's about finding a middle ground. I'm glad you watched the Making Sense of Perfect Blue video. I'm glad that's how you found me. That video got age restricted, which sucks. So I feel like it didn't get to as many people's eyes as it should have. How's it going, Cheddar Mac? It's crazy how much staying power NGE has had in the community as a whole. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. It's been fucking years, like more than 20 something years since it came out, and it's still one of the biggest animes, especially in Japan. They love it in Japan. There's so much merch around it. Have you ever seen Barefoot Gen? No, I haven't. Barefoot Gen. Interesting. Oh yeah, I know this one. I haven't seen it. I know it is. Yeah, it's the one about the bombing of Hiroshima. Huh. Yeah, I'll have to like actually sit down and watch it. I've seen parts of it. Yeah, I think some people forget, here in America at least. I grew up in a small town, and so people there, you sometimes don't understand that there's people outside of the United States or outside of where they're at. So like, there's we bombed a bunch of civilians too. Most of them weren't soldiers. So yeah, it's like a hard weight to carry. I don't think some people understand. Like, I've heard people say like the bombs are a good thing. I'm like, you can argue whether or not they should have been dropped. You cannot argue they were a good thing. So I always found that was crazy that people would try to argue that it was good. Like, nothing bad came from this. 210,000 people died, and you're gonna say this is good? Crazy. How's it going, bro guy? We were talking about Miyazaki, and then we got into World War II. It's crazy how Eva has impacted our culture as a whole. It's come to a point where we have Eva-inspired bosses in games, like Sonic Frontiers. I haven't played Frontiers, so I don't know which one you're talking about. That's interesting, that's cool. I felt that a lot of those autobiography documentaries are for non-Japanese viewers. Japanese people don't really focus on that. This is why only foreigners who quote Miyazaki a lot. Okay, I think I got what you said. Yeah, I didn't focus on. I think it was incorrect. They're like, oh, he doesn't like anime. Oh, he's like this and stuff. Yeah, sometimes people take it out of context. I mean, he believed that people should make their opinions for themselves, which is very interesting. I touched on it because his mom was that way. She was like, don't, you should question authority. You shouldn't just obey them at every will. That was something big she taught him. So that's a big thing that shaped him. It was to not just be okay with authority because they're authority figures. So a lot of his movies have characters who go against the power, the person in power, the higher authority, for the better, like the actual good. I think that's interesting. I liked how he did that a lot. He does that in most of the things. Characters, normally kids, because he likes to lift them up and make them feel like they can do something, however minute, but that they are capable of doing good, even if the higher authority figures want them to go against that. I don't know, it's hard to put in words on the spot. Hello, Borko. Welcome to the live. Grave of Fireflies makes me cry for days. Yeah, that one's heavy. That's probably the heaviest Studio Ghibli movie. I don't know much about Takahata, which is his friend who's founded the studio with him and who directed that one. I don't know if he had like as personal experience. I wonder if he did actually. So yeah, maybe I'll talk about him at some point. I went with Miyazaki first, like if I was gonna do a video on a creator, because he's so well known, and it kind of gives me an idea of how interested people are in stuff like that. Thoughts on Boy and the Heron? I love that one. I think it's good. I need to watch it again if I wanted to talk more in depth about it, because I don't remember the themes too well. I rewatched, for the Miyazaki video, I rewatched Castle in the Sky, Howl's Moving Castle, Spirited Away, and what was the other one? I gotta check my folder now. I'm blanking on the fourth movie I watched for this. I watched... I clicked on the wrong folder. Princess Mononoke. I don't know why I forgot that one. That's one of my favorite. If you're a big streamer, that will be clipped and posted out of context. Yeah, you know, that happens to them. Yeah, it happens to everyone. You can just take shit out of context all the fucking time. And you can't help it. It just happens. It's whatever. I'm not too worried about it. People who actually know me or watch this stuff would know that, like, it doesn't sound right. So I'm not even anywhere near the size to where I have to worry about that stuff. So will you get the Shinji Big Mac toy? Is that a thing? Let me look this up. Does it got the white sauce on the hand? Are these like present? These are goofy. It's got to be older. Nope, 2025. Well, shit. I can't say I'll be getting these. This is fucking hilarious. This is what you're talking about. Crazy. Can't say I'll be getting those. $39. I guess $30-ish. Well, the promotion's over, sadly. And I'm not there. I missed my opportunity. I should have contacted somebody. They could have got them for me. Yep, somebody made the joke. Extra special mayo. Sadly, in times of war, humans show the worst of what they can do to each other. Crazy stuff the Japanese did to POWs. Oh, yeah. No, they're not. Japanese soldiers are not without fault. Definitely not. There's a fucking laundry list of stuff they did during the war. But I want to see where a lot of things come from. Just hope we learn from mistakes and grow as a species. Yeah. All you can hope for. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it's working, but it's all you can hope for. Any good new anime recommendations? Past few years? Sony Boy came out 2021. I'd recommend that. I just finished it. Been getting it recommended it for years. Call of the Night's good. That's more underground. Bocchi no Rock is good. Show you. Am I on the right page? Anyway, Bocchi no Rock's good. Slam Dunk movie's good, even if you haven't seen the show. Call of the Night's good. Spy Family's good. I think Spy Family's, you know, pretty standard, but it's unique for Shonen. Bocchi no Rock's slice of life kind of out there. It's a lot more interesting than most slice of life. Call of the Night's about a vampire and a dude, and him kind of having existential dread about his place in society. Chainsaw Man's pretty good. I don't know. There's a lot of good anime that came out. Now that I think about it. I cannot in good faith recommend Mushoku Tensei just because of the under. You know what, I'll recommend Mushoku Tensei is worth a watch. It's a bit weird at the start because, you know, he's a 40-year-old man in an 8-year-old body, but that's okay. We can get over that. Bartender is good. I've talked about that before. Kaiju number 8's a good shonen. It's pretty standard though. It's not like unique in any sense. Solo Leveling is definitely a good watch. Don to Don's a good watch. Yeah. For new anime, that's what I got. Nothing really so far this season has really come to me and like, I should recommend this. Will I ever get a Switch 2? Well, when my Switch 1, I guess, ceases to be of use, I might. We'll see. I might move to Japan in 2 years, so I might get a Switch 2 there, like a Japanese Switch. So, all kind of depend where I'm at in life. I need someone to talk to about Fate Strange Fake or the Bakemonogatari manga. I haven't read the Bakemonogatari manga because it never finished. I watched the first episode of Strange Fate because it came out a long time ago. I haven't read the series though. They made one episode on it, from what I remember. Yeah. So I've only watched that one episode. Love your videos, especially the Monogatari series. Hope more people will discover your amazing channel. Yeah, I think time is all you can do as a creator, and you just keep making content. But yeah, I'm glad you like the Monogatari ones. That's my favorite series. I feel like Monogatari is underappreciated. It's definitely a cult like following that love it. I think it gets written off in mainstream because it's slow to start. It's also very dialogue heavy. Some people don't like that. Have I played Marvel Rivals? Yeah, I just started playing last week because my brother plays it and he likes it, and my roommate wanted to play it, and I finally played it. I'm climbing the competitive ladder. That is where I'm at. I get way too roped into like the ranked modes in games. So yeah, when I find free time, I squeeze a match in or something. Like last night, I was watching Sunny Boy, and between each episode, I play a match, and I go watch an episode, play a match, go watch an episode. So that was my Tuesday night. It was a good time. Proxy shopping is a thing. You can get obscure Japanese stuff by paying people who live in Japan to buy it for you. I've heard of that. Japan has a system for everything. I can rent a family if I wanted to. It's great. Great thing though, when I'm going to Japan this summer, they have the luggage shipping where you can like expedite your luggage to the next place you're gonna go, and you don't have to take on the train with you. That's amazing. I love that. I'm not surprised the Eva toys are 200 now from McDonald's. That's about on par. They have merch for everything, by the way. I have an Evangelion backpack from a sponsorship I did. Now, I would not recommend going to buying stuff from the company because I didn't know how they treated their like creators that they work with. So like I made sure before I did a sponsorship with them, they actually ship out everything and they're not like scummy. But they were scummy in other ways. It's FX Creations. I wouldn't buy from there. Unless you want to. They will ship to you. It's just how they treat their creators. They paid me half of what they were... We signed a contract for them to pay me. They stopped paying because they wanted to do it in like certain increments, which made sense because it's like a budget thing. They probably had a certain amount of their marketing budget a month. So they did the first 3 payments, but the last 2 they just didn't do, and they wouldn't talk to me. They just ghosted me. So I should have done, this is my fault, I should have reached out to the other creators they've worked with and made sure that they have been paid and had good experiences. I forgot to do that. And so I got into contact with the other creators. Only one answered me after I was having this problem. And he didn't get paid at all. Like he did his integration with them and they just didn't pay him at all. I was like, shit. So like, yeah, I removed that integration from my video because I didn't want to support like a bad practice company. But yeah, they don't treat their creators well. Sucks. They had good merch. They really did. That's their scarf. They sent me a scarf, so I have that still. The bag is the nice part though. But yeah. The music in Kaiju number 8's fire. It didn't stick out to me. I'm glad it stuck out to you though. I'm glad you liked it. AOT's music sticks out to me. That's a good soundtrack. That's what I love. Super orchestrated soundtracks. I think that's some of the best shit. I also think the subtle jazz of Monogatari is really interesting. And then I watched Sunny Boy recently, and I keep talking about it. I think that its music choices were good because it oftentimes would just exempt from having any background music. It was just characters talking, which really, it gave it this like real sense of each conversation that I found interesting. And it would key in music every once in a while when it felt like it. I have not watched Link Click. I have not watched it. Oh, you're a gold rank? I'm only silver right now. I just started playing ranked this week. Thoughts on Gunner anime? And also, have you seen When They Cry? I have not seen Higurashi. I keep getting told to. Gunner anime. That's a great way to put it. I've watched a few. I'd say it has its place. I don't think it's good. I think it'd be ironic to think that Gunner anime is good. It's kind of like I'll put High School DxD into Gunner anime territory. I don't know. I have a love-hate relationship with it because it's like sometimes the stories are interesting. I like them, but then sometimes it's like, is it like are all you gonna do is throw like nudity or ecchi shit at the screen and think that's enough? So I've watched a few that I've thought had good stories. I'm usually not there just for the ecchi shit. There's a whole other genre for that called hentai. if that's what you want. Hunter x Hunter's most memorable OST for me. I haven't watched all of Hunter x Hunter, so I can't really speak on it. I don't remember any of the soundtrack. Do you like Sunny Boy? It's one of my favorite. I love it. It is one of my new favorite animes. So I'm working on a video for it now. That's why I watched it. It is gonna be a bitch to make sense of that one, because some of the stuff doesn't have an answer, and that's the whole point of the show. Like, they'll be like, this person is God, and there's no reasoning behind it. It's just probability. It was bound to, it was just circumstance. There's nothing more to it. There's nothing you can do about it. There's no why to the thing. It just is. So it's like a lot of things are meaningless. They don't have meaning. And the fact that life doesn't really have a meaning is what makes it interesting. The fact that there's not answers that you can find. There might be an answer, but you'll never know it. Is what makes you finding your own meaning to things beautiful or whatever. So, and then plus every single episode has a different like sub theme, I guess is how I'd put it. There's like a big overarching existential theme about growing up and feeling as if you don't fit in to society, and looking at how that may be different for different people. And so that's a really cool thing to explore. I think they did it really well. Monogatari is on edge of Gunner / real story territory. They have some of the best character writing of any show, but the fan service doesn't do anything but take away from the story. Yeah, Japan likes fan service. That's the weird part. It's like, sometimes it's unescapable. There's stories that are without it, but yeah. Monogatari does have fan service. It never really bothered me because it wasn't super crazy. Some of it was, but I don't know. It came off more as a joke versus like, sometimes fan service is just so in your face that it's annoying, and I hate that stuff. But yeah, also because the story's so good in Monogatari, you can usually overlook it. It's like, whatever. Funny you bring up Keijo. I put it in one of like the second video of 10 anime you should never watch. I kind of regret it. That one, so the second video of that, I put a couple in there that I thought were funny, and goofy to watch, but I put them in there because I don't think anybody should outwardly seek this out. Like, if you were recommending Keijo to your friend when he's asking for what anime should I watch, you were just an asshole. I don't know why you're doing that to him, especially if he's not prepared for what he's about to watch. Like, that's what I did with High School of the Dead. What a shit anime. It's so entertaining to watch, though. But I would never recommend someone High School of the Dead. Love Tyrant is a guilty pleasure. Don't know why, just makes me laugh. I haven't even seen that one. I'm gonna look this up, and I'm gonna regret it, aren't I? Huh. It's not very in my face yet. 2017. Interesting. I might watch it. Yeah, I have guilty pleasures too. I don't watch it anymore, but when I was in middle school, I watched Love Live. It was like my second anime. That became a guilty pleasure of mine. And I will stand by this. I still listen to some of the Love Live music to this day. It's good. I don't care what people say. It's decent. It's entertaining. I'll still listen to it. I don't care who knows it. There's like subgroups of the different Love Live characters. They like do these little like trio bands. I think it's called Guilty Kiss was one of them. They were good. They were my favorite. Hunter x Hunter. I recently finished watching the anime. Oh, I'm missing out on Hunter x Hunter. Yeah, I know. I'm just kind of shonened out because I did a large scheme of watching a bunch of shonen in high school, and the long ones just kind of put me off because they're not as interesting as they should be for being that fucking long. That's what I run into. Because I can just watch an anime movie like Akira, or I could watch like a 12 episode anime, and I would get much more feelings of wholeness in a plot or a story because it's conclusive. And I know Hunter x Hunter doesn't have an ending. So it's like, I'm going to watch 150 episodes just to be left in the dark on what happens next. That kind of sucks. You're good, Nicholas. Did you by chance see a movie this weekend? Did you go to a theater for the first time? What's my most memorable Mario game? Mario 3D World for the Wii U. Because I love that game. It's on Switch now, actually. But that's probably, I don't know. I mean, I played the NES one with my dad when I was a kid, because he had his old NES from when he was a kid. So that one's really memorable for me. The Wii one is very memorable, because that's what I grew up playing a lot. So, I mean, I think the platformer Marios are probably the most memorable in my opinion. I also remember Mario Kart, of course. Everybody plays Mario Kart. Have any of you heard of Beerio Kart, where you drink a beer every single race? Holy shit, I played that for the first time right before winter break with some of my college friends. That was fucking insane. I haven't got drunk so fast before from so little. I was like, guys, I gotta tap out. Like, one race is, or one 4 race thing is enough for me. But it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Hello, Indus Dev. Played any of the Dark Souls games? I love them. I can actually show you my Steam page, and you'll know that I love them. So, yeah, here's Dark Souls 3. Over here we got Sekiro. Elden Ring, Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 1's down here somewhere. I only played one playthrough of Dark Souls 1. Or maybe I did 2. I don't remember. I love Dark Souls. I love FromSoft. They could have my soul if they wanted to. I have the games also on PlayStation 5 as well. I have them both on my computer and on the PlayStation. I've both, on all of them, played multiple different worlds. I'm on like New Game Plus 8 on the PC, and on New Game +3 on Dark Souls 3 on the PlayStation 5, and I played on the Xbox before. I don't know. I just love those games. Played Bloodborne as well. They're my favorite game. Those, and I play a lot of the Souls games, and I play a lot of, what is the other games I play? I don't remember now. There's another like style of game that I love. Co-op games are always fun, like 4-player co-op, but that's not what I'm thinking of. Oh, survival horror, like Resident Evil and Silent Hill. Those I love too. I went inside the theater but didn't see a movie that I wanted to watch. That's fair. I don't blame you, because honestly, they don't always have good movies playing. So, oh well. Maybe next time. Soft is goated. Spending 45 hours on Dark Souls 2 and 15 on 1 should be a crime. Guys, come on. Let it be known, I have them on PlayStation 5 as well. I have hours on those. I've played 3 playthroughs on PC of Dark Souls 2, and I've played 2 or 3, I don't remember, on the PlayStation, and I've played 3 of Dark Souls 1 on PlayStation, and only 1 on here of Dark Souls 1. I always get I got pissed off at Bed of Chaos. I hate that fucking fight. I am a master of that jump though. There is on this page actually on Sensei. If you go to like the old live streams playlist, there's a whole live stream of my roommate and I co-oping through Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3 in less than 24 hours. Like, just we went straight. That one's really fun to watch, especially if you watch the Dark Souls 2 part, because I think it was already 4 a.m. at that point, and we were dying, and I was also sick at the time. I started getting sick as we were streaming, which was fucking awful, but yeah, we got through it. Dark Souls 3, we were just silent and we were just locked in. I've played that game so much that it was just, I let my mind turned off and my fingers did the work. Any new manga you're looking forward to? I don't really keep up with what new manga's coming out. I should, I just don't. Yeah, I played Bloodborne. I've only played 2 or 3 playthroughs of Bloodborne. Gaming stream? I do stream on Twitch on Mondays, and I play games. This week was the first time I did it, but it's reoccurring. So this Monday coming up, I'll be playing. I don't know what yet. I played anime Roblox games this Monday, and we ended up just playing random shit after that on Roblox. But I think next week I might play Yakuza 0, or I might play Sekiro or something. I don't know. It's kind of just a hobby right now. The anime stuff pays the bills. It's what gets the absolute attention from me. If you can't or have time, you should get a GameCube. Yeah, I've played on 64 and GameCube before. My cousins had a GameCube, and my other cousins had a 64 because they were older. So I've played those both before. Yeah, I don't have them. I have a lot of consoles. I have a PlayStation 2, 3, 4, and 5. 4 is pretty much useless now because 5 you can play all the 4 games. I have a Xbox One that I rarely play because I don't really like Xbox. I have an old 360 still. I have an NES, and I have a Switch. I think that's it. Yeah. I have a Wii U, actually. And a Wii. The Wii's shit, though. I don't use that anymore. I could, though. They have good games on there. Yeah, the Wii U. I bought it because it was $80, I think. Because nobody wants those things. So I got it, I think, 2 years after it came out. Because I wanted to play the Smash Bros. On it. So that's why I bought it. It was worth it. I've played Elder Scrolls a lot. Yeah, I have it on here. It's one of my most played games. I used to have it on PlayStation 3. That's when I first played it. I played it in 4th grade. I was shit. I fought Aragon, the dragon. I think that's his name. Basically the boss dragon. I fought him at level 20 or something. Something stupid, like low. And I relied on the fact that I could use you'd have the gods with you, or the Valhalla people. I relied on them to basically carry me in the fight. Do you know how to cheese the Bed of Chaos? I've seen it. I know how you could. I've never tried it. I'm not that good at it. I'm always bad at the glitches in Dark Souls. I just charge in there and hope for the best. Possibility you make a video on a From Software game. Possibilities are endless. Possibly. The issue would be when, is how I would give it to you. Maybe in the future. But for now, I'm going to stick to anime until I get to a better position to where I could do other things and it wouldn't affect my income, like my living situation. And it wouldn't affect you guys, I guess. You would be interested in, obviously, but there's a lot of people that watch these videos, and so I think there'd be some people that wouldn't want that. When you get bigger, it doesn't matter as much. 4 a.m. soul gaming while sick. Yeah, it was awful. But I got through it. I wasn't like super sick yet. I was getting to the point where I was going to be. So the next day I was really sick. I guess we were playing into, it was like we finished at 7 or 8 in the morning, and then I went to bed. And so when I woke up at like 2, I was sick. All right, Kaz, have a good time. Have I seen Blue Box? No. Have not. Have you watched Rurouni Kenshin? I've watched the old stuff. I haven't watched, I know they're doing, I don't remember if it's a movie or a series, but I know they're is it a reboot or is it a continuation of the story? Play a game of Jenga, but with different anime characters written on them. If you can't name the anime, you take a drink. That's a pretty good drinking game. It would only be fun with people that watch anime, though. You should mod your Wii if you can. It's really easy and it won't be useless. Not a bad idea. I've actually seen modded Wiis. Okay. I'll look into it. Best YouTube out there. Have a great stream. All right. The university interview. Good luck with that. And yeah, I'll talk to you later, Dev. Waiting for you to make a bid on Mob Psycho. Well, I haven't seen Mob Psycho. Give me a pitch for why I should watch it. Because I put it off because I feel like it could be good, but I'm not too sure. I'm glad you like the Eva vid. Alright, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, be right back. Okay. let's do a little. Alright, guys. So this is my planning page. What I have not watched that I want to watch. I need people to give me some pointers on what's good, because I've heard this is good. I think it's Oshi no Ko. Yeah. I haven't watched it yet though. I've heard it's good. And shit like Akame ga Kill. I haven't watched that. Heard it's good. I want to watch Ping Pong, do a video on it. What is this? Bakano? Oh, somebody recommended me this. This is Dodara. This should be on here as well. Anyway. I guess it's hard if you don't know Japanese because I put them in Japanese, but... What is this one? Oh, this is the new Jujutsu Kaisen. Interesting. I've been told to watch this one, which is Shiki. I have no idea what it's about. I've just been told that I should watch it and do a video on it. So it's on there. Bakano is amazing. Okay. So that's up there. Honestly, I don't even know what it's about, so I'll be curious to watch it. Azano. Somebody recommended this. It's like an Evangelion type show. Remove stuff. Okay, Mob Psycho dives into a lot of the struggles of a young man trying to find his own moral compass and fight the urge of being pessimistic. Well, that's interesting. That sounds good. Started Golden Boy and fan service on these girls. Yeah, I've heard that about Golden Boy too, but I've heard it's good. Hopefully that's a true statement. It's not too long too, which is a benefit. I don't know, it seems up my alley. How long have you been working out? What motivated you to start? I used to be fat in middle school. I weighed 180 and I was a 6th grader. And then I had a growth spurt and I was also running a lot. And so I got skinny and then I just kept going. And then I was skinny in high school, most of high school, because I ran so much. I was on cross country. So I started doing weights in college. And then I kind of filled out. Now I'm like 200. But I went from 180 to 150, I think, or 140 in high school, which was an insane weight drop. I didn't do anything crazy. I just stopped eating as many sweets. I kind of watched what I ate. And I ran. I was also in puberty, so that helped. Even though Oshi no Ko was pretty popular, I never understood it. Blends comedy, horror, thriller, dominance, isolate. Okay. So it's a bit of everything. So it's a what is it? Jack of all trades but a master of none kind of story, maybe. Mob Psycho's good. Hope you do watch it. I will. I plan to. I haven't watched any of it, so I would love to. Akame got killed, did the old Tokyo Ghoul thing. That's fucking annoying. I hate when they do that. I hate that when, you know, source material has already a good story and they fucking change it. Yeah, I am like Forrest Gump. Except I just kept running. I guess there's some symbolism there, but I'm serious. I was just fat, and then I was like, I don't want to be fat anymore, so I started running. It was ass, by the way. If you've ever been like overweight and tried to start running, it is the worst fucking thing ever. You get tired after like 300 meters, and you're just like, I can't do this. You just got to keep going. Give it another chance. Yeah, I haven't even watched it, so it's a first chance. It's a fresh start kind of thing. I've watched Great Pretender. It is amazing. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the show. I still think about it. I watched it my freshman year of college, and I still think about it today. It's been like 3 or 4 years. I don't know why. It's just always stuck with me, and I don't know why. I love the storyline of, I think it's in England, when there's the British art snob. That is my favorite storyline. It involves the girl and her boyfriend at the time, who's now her ex, because they had a falling out about some stuff. Won't spoil it, but that is my favorite storyline. I also love the Saudi prince oil guys. That one's another good story, and they had like the airplane race. So I don't know. That show's just good overall. It's not like a standout, change your life, but it just is like such a good story. That's the only words I can think for it. I have not seen the melancholy of Haruhi. Make a video on it next. Probably not. I think it's already on my list to watch though. I know I have it. Yeah. I have it on base is how I'll put it. Up to bat. Akano is Pulp Fiction of anime, but you like the characters more. Okay. It's a good sell. How long does it take to write a video essay? The writing takes 2-ish days, I'd say. 2 full days of work. Then that's the draft. The rough draft takes like another day just to go through and make sure everything's like making sense to where if I read it, it will sound good. And then the whole video essay part takes a while. Obviously, you got to watch the source material and research before you start doing the script and while you're doing the script. And then doing the actual voiceover takes a day. At least. Yeah, it takes a day. And then to like draft the timeline takes a day or 2, maybe 3. Depends how long the videos are, obviously. And then I do audio work. It's like music. That takes another day or 2. And then video, putting all the video down takes about 3 days. Yeah, 3-ish days, 3-4 days. It takes 2 weeks for like an hour-long video. It'll take me 2 weeks, but I work 7 days a week. I don't do like any off days, which is not good nor bad for me, is how I would put it. I don't mind it. I like what I do though. If I felt like I was getting like tired or burned out or something, I'd take a day off or something, or maybe I'd work less one day. But right now I don't need to worry about that. I've not seen Violet Evergarden. It's on my list though. I have, yeah, Jin knows on my list to watch and do a video on. It takes place in post-World War II Japan. Sadly, Titan, I've already watched Rent a Girlfriend, and I've watched all 3 seasons, so there's no salvaging me. The first season was good, and then I just got roped in and I kept watching, and then the 3rd season was decent. Season 2 wasn't that great, but the 3rd season there's some character development that I was like, okay, I can get kind of invested into this part. So, how tall am I? I'm tall. But not ridiculous. I'm 6'2". My dad's 6'7". My uncle's 6'9". So I have tall genes. But my mom is 5'1", so she's stunted my growth, which is okay. 'Cause I'm fine being 6'2". That is tall enough. What's ironic is, so I hope one day to meet the trio that do Trash Taste. I don't know how tall they are. And then in my image in my head, this is what I always imagine when I think of creators that I've watched. I've always imagined them taller than me. But I am a tall person. So I feel like when I meet them, they're actually going to be shorter than me. And I won't know what to think. I feel like I'm going to have like a brain fart at the moment. But Yeah, I don't know if anyone else has that thought like of creators when they think of them. Yeah, there's a big fucking difference in their height. It is hilarious. Our family photos are hilarious. Let me see if I can find one. I don't know if I have them on my computer. Well, actually, I can use this as reference for at least my height. So,
oh no,
there's some of my friends. Colin is 6'2", I think. He's my height. This guy, he's about, I think he's 5'7", 5'9". I won't undersell him. He's 5'9". I have a friend that's 5'6" though. He looks tiny to me. Yeah, let me find an image of my mom and dad in a picture. I guess I don't post my family that much, guys. That might be a little sad. Yeah, I don't have any photos of my family. That sucks. I'm a bad child. Well, anyway, you're gonna have to take my word for it for now. Let's see. Imagine trying to gain weight in a gym. That's me. I tend to go to the gym as a skinny guy that gains so little. I have a lot of friends from my cross days that are a lot skinnier than me and they have trouble gaining weight. The way he's done it is one of them has been going to the gym, but he's also eating like 4,000 calories a day. Because if you want to gain weight, you got to eat more. So there's a little tip: eat a fuck ton of food. Am I fluent in Japanese? No, I'm not. I am capable of going about my day, is how I would describe myself. I strive to be fluent, maybe one day. But yeah, for now I'm not fluent. I have trouble with like emotional conversations or like very technical conversations. Like if I had to go to like open up a bank account, I could maybe struggle through, but I wouldn't really understand like the specific terms for like legal stuff. If I had to go to court or something in Japan, probably wouldn't be able to understand a fucking thing of like the more technical terms. So that's where I hit my limit. If you ever want to play Sonic, you should. I think you'd like them. Most of the good ones are story adventure driven. In the early 2000s. I don't remember those. I thought I'd play them as a kid, but I didn't, I guess. I played the like old ones, like the originals for Sega's Genesis. And Great Pretender is so amazing. They reminisce about reminisce of it is cause oh fuck, I can't read. Holy shit. Thriller, shock, uniqueness. Yeah. I think it's just a really good adventure story, is how you'd summarize it. Most stories, the main enemy is a season, becomes friends with the protagonist. Oh, that's what you love about anime. That's interesting. I'm not big onto that stuff because I think it's a bit too hopeful. I don't think you can't be friends with your enemies, but I think becoming good friends is a push. Some of them do it right though. Like they get swayed. I think Naruto goes a bit far. Like Pain literally slaughtered an entire village. And you're gonna forgive him. Which it does end up with him reviving most of the village again. But he fucking killed that many people. And you're just gonna be like, yeah, that's okay. I don't hate you. That's a bit of a push. Always wanted to do video essays, but there's so many great video essay channels that I don't think I'd be able to match the bar. Well, you never know until you don't. You never know until you try, is what I'd say. You'll just get better with time, and yeah, you can just make. Video essays are cool because they can be very unique into the person. So, one person's perspective and video essay won't necessarily be the same as somebody else's. That's why I think people like it so much. Garnt is so short. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how tall they are. I always imagine them to be my height. I imagine people before I meet them to be roughly my height or taller. I don't usually think of people as short. Like Moist Critical, I would love to stand next to him because it would give me an idea of like, okay, people are shorter than me that I've never met before. Because I've never met people, I always imagine them to be my size. Speaking of height, I'm the only male member of my family under 6 foot. Your mom's 4'11". She beat my mom. That is short. I come from giants. That's a crazy line. 5'3" and tallest in my family. Yeah, like most of Asia is a really short place, which makes me stand out, which is interesting. It's not good nor bad, but you do stand out a lot. Don't give up, sock. I will not. Don't worry. Try eating food, but I should be eating more. I've never had that problem, like not eating food, so yeah. When people tell me they like can't gain weight because they can't eat enough food, I'm just confused. I eat a lot of food. I love it. When will you do a video on the intricate lore of Sonic X? I haven't thought about that show since I watched it as a kid. You're right. You're right. I do need to do a video on Sonic X. It's technically an anime. It can be passable. It can be passable. Tried learning Japanese but got stuck on learning how to differentiate one-to-one kanji. I don't know what that means. Just kanji in general? That I can understand. You gotta take it slow, is how I would tell you. If you try to just absorb the kanji, like all of it, yeah, you're gonna get fucked over. It's not easy. You eat a lot, yeah. Some people, I don't understand it. It's metabolism. Some people eat a fuck ton and just never gain weight. Or eat like complete junk food, never gain weight. That was not me. That was not me at all. The original ones are Sonic 1 through 3. Yeah, whatever came out in the 90s. Those are the ones I played. Am I living in Japan right now? No. I may move there eventually. Like a year or two. 2 years from now. We'll see. We'll see. If so, what would you recommend for some? I don't live there, so I'd be the wrong person to ask. You do want to move there though. Like I'm looking to move there. Make sure you know what you're gonna do for money. Like you got that figured out. That's the big thing. If you're gonna live there, like you have to figure out work visas or some kind of visa so you can stay there. They have a lot of good visas that don't involve like getting a job at somewhere. That's the easiest one to get. If you have somewhere you're gonna work there, you can be a teacher. That's an easy one, really easy. As long as you have like, I think you have to have a bachelor's and you got to do some test. Really easy test to pass. So yeah, I've not seen Vinland Saga. It's on my list. I gotta watch it. Have your videos similar taste? Oh, that's good. I think Connor's tall. He's Welsh, so I'd assume so. Why are you not streaming on Twitch? I stream on Twitch on Mondays, so yeah, you can go over there. I may or may not fully move over to doing live streams on Twitch, but for now, like a lot of you are here, and I haven't established myself as somebody who does live streams, so it's like building up all over again. Because most people who watch this channel watch the video stuff, and those people don't necessarily watch live streams in general. So you're trying to like tap into a different audience almost. So like some of you guys watch both, but that's not always the case. I have not watched Ichi the Witch. Friends have been to Okinawa since they're enlisted. Nice. They're enjoying their time out there. It's a tropical island. It is a nice. Okinawa is as nice as it gets. Bit hot, but as nice as it gets. I don't like the anime Tokyo Ghoul. I don't like the rework. See you, Titan. Why not multi-platform? It's too difficult. There's not like a good way to do multi-platform streaming. Yeah, there's just not a good way to do it. So that's why I haven't done. I did it before. It's just like there's two chats. It's kind of divides people. I'm not overtly against it, but it's just not. There's not a good way to do it right now. Like I have a plugin that allows me to do it, but it's finicky. I might look into if there's a better way to do it now, but yeah, just for now I haven't messed with it. Twitch, yeah, it does have way worse discoverability. And YouTube, yeah, is a worse streaming platform. It is just, yeah. I see streaming as a hobby right now. The video stuff is what I do that like pays for everything, allows me to live. So like that part used to be a hobby for me. Like I was going to college and I'm still going to college, but like college was the priority. Or I put YouTube as priority still because I'm a bit of a gambler, as they say. But anyway, like I had to have something because YouTube's not a given. You have to have something as a plan in case it just doesn't work out in time. So, but it did, and so yeah, I'm doing YouTube. Live streaming is kind of a hobby thing. If it gets to somewhere where it's like, okay, now this is a viable source of income, as well as the YouTube stuff, then I can, do more with it. Right now, that's why I only stream like twice a week and for like 2 hours. It's kind of just a fun thing. I like to stream. It's just, yeah. It's just, yeah, you're basically trying to create something different. So you have to build it all up again. I do have the benefit of I already have an audience. That's where all you guys are from. So that helps it not be like I'm starting from square one. I think a lot of people, like creators that are really big, think that it's, oh, you can just start from square one and build it up really quick. But I'm not that big. And also, I think Ludwig did it once where he like made a channel and was like, oh, it's not that hard. It's about skill. It is about skill, but it's also about luck and about getting opportunity. Pyongyang. Is that Owen or Colin? Bringing up that joke. I'm usually not the live stream type, but I got excited to see your live pop up, getting a chance to chat. Yeah, I like to do this on here on Wednesdays because I get to chat with all of you. So, yep, consistency. That's why I'm doing it. Like, I'm streaming on Twitch on Monday, streaming on YouTube on Wednesday. I'll just consistently do that, and that's a big thing of live streaming, just consistently doing it. Okay, it is you, Colin. Hello, man. You and Owen have similar taste in usernames, so I didn't know which one of you it was. All right, it is 6:50. It's about time to pick up my pizza. I'm gonna head out. Ludwig had a following, made a grand loud exit from Twitch. That's why he succeeded. Oh yeah, well I meant he did some experiment where he made one video and tried to prove a point. I think his experiment was a bit biased, like it didn't have enough constraints, so. That's cool. So you saw the Lane video, but you watched the Eva one first. Okay. Thank you for the stream. Nice talking to all of you. Thank you for coming by. It's always fun to talk with all of you. Saturday, new video comes out. It's an Evangelion one. It covers the lore before Shinji gets in the robot, is how I say it. So look forward to that. I'll stream Monday on Twitch. And yeah, I'll see you guys here again on Wednesday next week. Have a good week. Hopefully it's not that bad. It's supposed to freeze. It's supposed to have freezing rain today where I'm at, so hopefully it doesn't happen. what kind of pizza it is. I got a place near me called Flingers, and I get a sausage onion pizza, and they have this thing they call the pizza bomb, which is just pizza bread, but it's so fucking good, and it's $3. That's like the deal on Wednesdays. That's why we get it on Wednesdays. So yeah. It is not Tobin's. Tobin's is pretty good though, Colin. It is pretty good. Yeah, alright. See you guys later. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Oh no!